Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Tiff from Journal with Tiff, and it's been a short while since I've been on. Y'all, June was like, it just flew by, and I looked up and it was just over. So I'm going to be doing a June/July because pretty much everything that I had inked in the month of June will be passed on into the month of July. And I thought I would kind of do a little bit, just a very minimal bit of decor on my page here. And I don't have my tweezers to help get this off, but these are stickers that I got from Saucy Sticker Co. And these are, it's her Abstract Boho Collage 1 and 2. So let's see. These two are the same, and I just really liked the neutrality of the colors. They kind of, you know, it's kind of my thing. It's kind of what I do. So this is kind of a get ready with me, if you will, for my currently inked. Not doing anything special. This is just to give a little more pop of color to the page. Again, nothing fancy, but, and you know, sometimes I wonder, like, should I try for, you know, a more colorful palette? I think I may be, I guess in the winter months, I might can get a little bit more colorful, simply because I love saturated colors. And in the winter, I'm definitely going more saturated. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, I'm just kind of throwing some on here. I'm not giving this much thought, a lot of thought. I just want something that's kind of going to fill the void. It's not going to be what I would normally do. Let's see. I need something here. So yeah, this is kind of a twofer. A twofer, if that's a word. I don't know if it is or not, but I do like these stickers. And you guys can tell me what you think. Yeah. I just needed a little something to fill the void. And I really wish I had my tweezers. Something here. There we go. And I need this. And another thing I liked about this, because it's so abstract. I wish I'd gotten more of these, but I didn't. Oh well. Let's see here. Since we got the whole sun thing going, this one would be really good for right here. Dang. So can y'all believe though, like for real, it is almost, no, it is July. It's like we blinked in 2022. 2022. Did I really just say 2022? 2024. 2024 is like gone. Yeah, it's just insane. I cannot believe it's just like gone like that. Let's see here. And this is kind of what I do in some of, I don't really share a lot of my other notebooks where I just purely journal. And I guess I should, and I don't mind. I will. A lot of times they are quite private, and I don't want to put too much online. But some quick flips I think would probably be good. Let's see. This needs to go under here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I just needed just a pop of color. I think that should do it. So didn't want to take up too much time, but yeah, that's done. So let's get into the pens and inks. And the ink is Colorverse Vallis Marineris. There is the little tab that I got off out of the bottle. And let's go ahead and do a swatch. I like to do the swatch just so that you can see like what color this truly is. And let's just come in just a little bit closer. There we go. Just so you can have a good idea of what the color of the ink looks like. Because I do use fine and extra fine nibs, the color of an ink in a swatch could be so totally different than how it's going to look when I write with it. So a little mess up there, but that's okay. We're going to look at that again. The very first pen is the Lamy 2000, and this has an extra fine nib. And I must say, I was quite impressed with this pen. This is my first time using this pen. I just got it like, I don't know, 2 months ago. But I do like it. And with this pen ink combination, the Colorverse Valles Marineris, and I hope I'm saying that right, it is such a great combination. And I really like this nib. The extra fine nib on the Lamy 2000 really kind of has almost an architect feel. It's really cool. I really like it. It's not a straightforward fine tipped nib. It's really cool. So if you haven't tried it, you need to try it if you like a finer nib. This is Colorverse. Am I spelling that right? Marineris. There we go. But I really like it because it's this muted, earthy green, and it's really nice. So yeah, forgive the beginning part of this. I initially had my pilot pulled out, but I was thinking about this ink. That's what happens when you have a bunch of pens inked. You kind of get them mixed up. Hence, that's why I have my little cheat sheet that I keep with me. So we're going to get it straight from here on out. So yeah, first pen ink combination was the Lamy 2000 and an extra fine nib with the Colorverse Valles Marineris. The next pen and ink combination is my Esterbrook Esty, and this is in the Raven. I love this nib. There's something about this nib. It's so smooth, and this matte black is just so comfortable. I absolutely adore it. And I have this inked with my Pelikan in Brilliant Brown. I'll do a little swatch here. This Brilliant Brown, it has a little bit of a reddish undertone, but not too much. It's almost the perfect medium brown, and oh, how I love it. So let's see. This is the Esterbrook Esty Raven. And this has an extra fine nib. Again, I do not know. I need to do a little research what it is about this particular nib. Or is it because it's coated? I don't know. I don't know. But it's one of my favorites. More than, this is my favorite Esty, period. And it is inked with Pelikan Brilliant Brown. And there's not a lot of inks that I've put in this pen that I haven't liked. Again, I just don't know what it is about this particular nib. I have heard some other people stating that their coated nibs wrote very smooth. So that's something that if you guys know why that is, please put some comments down below and let me know. I'm gonna do a little research myself, and I can definitely share that with you guys if I come up with anything as to why it writes so much smoother. What is it about that coating on these coated nibs that make them write so smooth? In my mind, I was thinking it would be the opposite, but it's not. It's just delicious, and I love it. Next is one of my newer acquisitions, and this is the Pelican M800 in Renaissance Brown. I got this, I think it was in a fine nib, but I mean, you know how juicy a Pelican nib is. I mean, first of all, they're gorgeous. But yeah, the nibs are very, very juicy, and they're way juicier than I like them. So I went to the Carolina Pen Show and had a couple of pens custom ground and by Kirk Spear of Pen Realm, and I got this ground into a fine cursive smooth italic, and I have it inked with another fan favorite, definitely a favorite of mine, and this is Linen Toolbar Sesame Oil. Such a gorgeous pale brown. It's, you know, at first I thought it was going to be too light. I thought it was just, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought there was just like a lot of hype around this color until I actually purchased it, and I'm like, okay, point taken. I got you. I hear you. All right, this is the Pelican, and I love this grind. This is the M800, and it is in a fine cursive smooth italic. Love, love, love it. I just love the it's the cursive smooth italic just comes across as like a mini stub to me. I do not own a mini stub. I know Esther Brooke came out with one, but that's kind of how it writes. That's why I love them, because I have such smaller handwriting, and it just gives such a pop to the handwriting that I love it. Again, this is Linen Toolbar. Sesame oil. I think I just spelled sesame wrong too. I did. What is wrong with me? There's no I at the end. But anyway, y'all forgive me. Like I said, it's been so much going on. I'm doing good just to be here today. Thank the Lord. So, love this pen. I need more light. Can you guys see that okay? I know I got a lot of shadows, but this Pelican, I've been wanting it. And when Atlas put it up for pre-order, it took quite a while for it to come in. So I was really glad when it did. But the cap, you can definitely see the translucency. Like, you can see the nib as it goes in and out. So it's not solid, and the body is translucent, but of course it has ink in it. So, and with all of the chips and flecks in it, it's just the classiest of classy pens. I just love it. So yeah, that's number 3. The next pen and ink combination, I am just adoring this particular pen. So this is from Mythic Pens, and this resin is Dartmoor, and I have it inked with Colorverse Egg Cockle. At first I thought it said egg cookie, but it's egg cockle. And this is really small. Let me see if I can get my nib in here. I hope I can. For a swatch, I don't want to waste it. That it would be something that I would do. Okay, hopefully I got enough on here. I did. And egg cockle is a gorgeous purple. It's a deep purple, but it's still rich. It's almost like a royal purple. And close that up before all right, but oh, let's go ahead and take another look at this pen. So it is like this deep chocolate brown with almost a little bit of like, let's see if I can turn the light this way a little bit more. A little bit of like a purpley background to it. It's like a purple brown mix. Let's see. Can you see that? With the chips in it. And this is another pen that I got a custom grind. And this is my very first Architect. And when I say with this particular pen, with this ink, OMG. And again, this is not a review, but I have been using these since June. And so I can go ahead and tell you that this is just a phenomenal, I love this grind. This will not be my last Architect. I mean, oh, I love it. The thin downstroke and the wider horizontal stroke. Love it. Mythic Pens in Dartmoor. I don't know the model, the name of the model of this pen. But this has an Architect grind. And this is a 60-degree Architect. I tried the 45-degree and that was just not for me. I couldn't do, that one was not working for me. And again, this is another color verse. And egg cockle. And just, I mean, look at that purple. And we'll get a closer look at all of these colors once I'm done. But yeah, love that pen and ink combination. All right, back to the Pilot Custom 823. I don't know why I called this out initially. I've had this one for a while, and this is in the amber. This has a fine nib, and don't want to dry out. This is inked with Teranishi Nostalgic Honey. Isn't that pretty? Oh, you guys, if you don't like brown, I mean, hit me up. I'm gonna give you some more inks to try. Now, granted, if somebody just doesn't like brown, you don't have to like it. I mean, don't listen to me. But if you're willing to give it a try, if you're willing to say, okay, I feel like brown is like really boring. Just, if you're willing to give it a try, hit me up. Okay, just let me know, and I am here for it. I'm here to pass off some really, really nice browns that will just brighten your day. And this is the Pilot Custom, and this is such a workhorse pen, 823, and it is in a fine nib, inked with Teranishi. For some reason, I feel like I'm getting ready to write Teranishi Opera Rose, but I'm not. Nostalgic Honey. So, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it kind of looks like the same color as right here, but I feel like the writing and the ink are a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see a swatch of the ink, but I also want to show exactly how it looks when you're writing with a finer nib. And now this is the last pen that I got a custom grind on. So I got 3 done. And this is my Bone Crusher 7 Studio and the Triassic. And I got this also in an Architect. It has a Yovo nib, and I have it inked with Inky Bar Brown Pink. And I feel like it's a really good match or blending with the lighter color of this pen, as you'll see in just a minute. I mean, yeah, it's not pink, but it's more brown than it is pink, but it's just light enough to, I guess, to warrant that name of brown pink. So already you can see how it goes with the pen. Now, I will admit this Architect is a little, just a tiny bit more scratchy than my Mythic Pen Architect grind. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's still love it, still love it. A little bit more feedback. The other Architect grind was just smooth, like buttery smooth, but it wasn't so smooth that I lose control when writing. So yeah, this is another Architect grind, and it is inked with Inky Barra Brown Pink. Can you hear the feedback coming from this particular nib? So yeah, and actually, yeah, you can see when this dries and we get a little bit closer, you'll be able to see the pink background, or the background, but undertone. It does come kind of like it's in the background behind the brown of this ink, but that's this pen and ink combination. Next is my Sailor Rialo, and this is in the black gold with a fine nib. I love the ink window here. And I'm gonna admit that I've kind of been on the fence with my love for Sailor lately. It's like I have good writing experiences, and then sometimes I don't. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't want to spill that. So this is inked with Scribo ink, and it's the Grigio Scribo. I'm assuming that's the name. That's all that's on here. This is my first Scribo ink, and it's just got a swatch of the ink at the very bottom. So I call it Scribo Grigio Blue. That's what I call it. But it is quite a muted blue. It's not super vibrant. It's not super duper saturated. But considering I'm not a fan of blue, I can dig it. I can get with it. I'm okay with it. All right. And also, this is my first Sailor Rialo. There's one on Pensashi that I wanted, and I'm like, let me just get one that's not quite as expensive just to try it out. Sailor Rialo. And this is in a fine nib. Inked with Scribo. I'm gonna put Grigio Blue. I don't know, I mean, blue is not on here, but it just says, again, Grigio Scribo. So, I don't know Italian. Does Grigio mean blue? I don't know. Does it mean gray? It sounds like it would mean like a bluish gray, and this is a bluish gray color, so maybe that's it. But that's the next combination. And finally, I just got my love. This is my first Scribo Feel. This is in the Spiaggia Rosa. I just posted an unboxing for this that I can link below or up above. And I'm just obsessed. I am literally obsessed with this pen. I ordered it directly from Scribo, and it actually came with a fine nib, and they were able to switch it out and for an extra fine nib for me. And I have this inked with Andurilium Tulip Moth Warm. And this is another beautiful brown. Not quite as light. Let's clean that off one more time. Not quite as light, but still and it's nice and wet. Now granted, this is, look at that. Woo! Love it. Okay. And it goes with this pen so well. So well. So this is an extra fine nib. But it does not write like an extra fine. It is thicker, but it's not too thick for me. And this is in an extra fine. And we're inked with Anderillium. That brown, warm. Come on, Tiff. Get your life together, girl. Anyway, life happens. But yeah, this ink and this pen thus far has been juicy. The shading is just unbelievable. The matchiness is gorgeous. Love it. So let's go ahead and let these dry, and we'll come back and get a little bit closer look at the ink pen combination. And I'm back. I think everything's dried. Let's come into a little bit closer, and I'm going to look at each one again. First is the Lamy 2000 with an extra fine nib, and it is inked with Colorverse Valles Marineris. Next is the Estabrook Esty in the Raven. It has an extra fine nib, and it is inked with Pelican Brilliant Brown. Next is the Pelican M800 in Renaissance Brown, and it is inked with Linen Toolbar Sesame Oil. Now I have the Mythic pens in the Dartmoor resin, and it is inked with Colorverse Egg Cockle, and this one has an Architect nib. The Pilot Custom 823 with a fine nib, inked with Teranishi Nostalgic Honey. The Bone Crusher 7 Studio with another Architect nib, inked with Inkybara Brown Pink. And as you can see, if you look, there's a little undertone of pink. It's almost like it's sitting behind it, but I think it's a great combination for this particular pen. Then the Sailor Rialo with a fine nib with Scribo Grigio. It's a blue-gray ink. And finally, the Scribo Feel in the Spiaggia Rosa with an extra fine nib, and it is inked with Anderillium Tulip Moth Worm. And that is all of them. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. And thanks for watching. Bye.